I've heard that when I write too many rhymes up in my lines, so the intellect gets left behind. I heard I sound good, but I don't write good. I mean, write well, and well, hell, I've heard I wasn't ever supposed to be heard. That I'm from the South Side and I was born with a pussy, and pussies were never meant to speak, they were meant to purr. They say I got a tongue born ratchet. Say the way my tongue fixed herself to say fuck you to your God ain't ladylike. My tongue don't come trimmed. It ain't primmed and proper how a classy bitch's tongue is supposed to be. My tongue is thick. I've heard it's more oppressive than a misogynistic dick. My diction ain't no Ivy League words of choice. I've heard my voice sound like children trying to play grown up. I've heard my voice sound like women trying to play grown up. It sound like I'm bitching. It sound like I'm a woman in the world who done lost her place and wind up outside the kitchen. You supposed to listen. You supposed to be seen. You ain't supposed to be heard. I heard my voice sound like the screech of a nigga's neck coming unhinged from the lynch rope. My voice sounds like niggas singing and rapping and dancing and tapping in a hip hop show. I sound too stupid, too poor, too black, too woman, too Charles Ramsey on Fox News, too Rachel Gentile in the courtroom, too Sweet Brown. Well, I had woke up to go get me a cold pop. Mouth stay steady, ready to pop off at anything that pop off. My tongue is a trigger click. My mind is a grenade. Boom, I stay with words that hit like bullets. My language pops a pretty packed pistol every time I preach. Every time I speak, my mouth is meant to blow you away. This is no dead fuse. This is no silence. I am not mute. I'm not meant to cookie cutter loud thoughts or carve down big speech. I don't give a flying fuckery about your comfort level. You will not chop off my tongue. You will not cut down my language or grammatically correct my ebonics. I am not hooked on your phonics. You will not claim me. You will not change me. You will not silence my screams or crack down on this truth. I am louder than this.
Microphone check 1 2. Microphone check 1 2. If you can hear me okay out there, let me know if you can hear me. Put a 1 in the chat. You know where it's at. All right, we're going to go over Ernesto's bond hearing before we get to Nature Boy. I think it's important, and these men are related because they both kind of have that I don't know what you would call it, kind of like for some reason they know how to brainwash people. So let's check it out. Here we go. RPD in the house. Conscious Mind Love in the house. VM in the house.
All right, so on add-ons, 1 through 5, I think. 1 through 4. 1 through 4. 22 CP 210500. There's right now I've got 610 days.
Let me tell you, this is not the kind of Google Meet you want to be in. That's for sure. Here we go, folks. This is brought to you by Phone Jones. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Tanya Sweat in the house. Mistress Newbie in the house. Let's keep it going.
Without indictment, there's a $5,000 good bond on theft by deception. 22 CP 211078, 610 days, $15,000 good bond on 3 counts of conspiracy to commit a felony. Then on position 3, 22 CP 212559, 610 days without indictment.
Damn, Ernesto, what the hell you do? Damn, what did you do?
I've got a $25,000 good bond on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 counts of conspiracy to commit a felony. And then on position 4, 23 CP 215407, 610 days without indictment. There's a $700,000 good bond on 4 CWAC charges.
Yes, Your Honor. 20 cycles with arrest out of Georgia and Kentucky, a 2006 felony conviction for possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, death by receiving stolen property, also a 2006 conviction for false statements, and a 2005 conviction out of Kentucky for bank fraud.
Damn, Ernesto, what in the hell did you do?
In addition to the cases on the calendar, there are 3 additional open cases, Your Honor. A CWAC case under 23 CP 219961. Death by deception, 3 counts. That's under case number 23 CP 220091. And the third case is death by deception, financial transaction card fraud, 3 counts under 23 CP 220152. Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right, go ahead, Ms. Rondon.
Dang, oh man, oh man, oh man. The one thing about men like Ernesto is they don't realize it's too late when it's too late. Old Ernesto. Now, this is his bond hearing, and it sounds more like damn, it sounds more like a sentencing. The thing is this is how do you think? How does one think he's even near being I mean, how did Sonia think he was being innocent? I mean, how many charges need to drop before how many charges need to be released before one can say, okay, maybe? They keep coming back. They will keep coming back. Lies will always catch up with you. Let me repeat that one more time. Lies will always catch up with you, especially in court. Lies are all the time. Get you good. Damn, I sound hella good. Beatles, I'm sorry, I got you beat. Anyway, let's see what else. I mean, let's listen to this. I mean, he doesn't seem to realize he put himself in that orange jumpsuit. If you listen to him when he talks to Sonia, he's always talking about, oh yeah, this is BS and that is BS. I mean, come on, dude.
For position 1 on the add-on calendar, the state and I have been able to come to a consent bond. So for 22 CP 210500, the bond that we've agreed to consent to is $3,000 with the following conditions:
Mystic Moon in the house.
An ankle monitor to surrender his passport and to have no contact with the named
No
victim.
passport. He can't passport, bro. He can't do the passport, bro. Nesto, no passport for you.
Position 2 for 22 CP 211078. We've consented to a $9,000 total bond with the same conditions as the previous case: ankle monitor, surrender the passport, and no contact with the named victim. For position 3, which is 22 CP 212559, we have agreed to a $15,000 total bond with the same conditions: ankle monitor, surrender passport, and no contact with the named victim.
I mean, they don't want you. They want to know exactly where you are, Nesto. They want to know exactly where you are at. They're not playing. I'm just saying. Here we go.
And also no contact with Erica Hewley, or AKA Erica King. And then additionally, Judge, for position 4, which is 23 CP 215407.
Wait, let me pause it right now. Remember now, they're talking on Nesto's case right now. But look at all these other poor souls in here waiting for their turn. Wait, no, that's a judge or somebody right there, or assistant judge. Look at right there. Look. All of these guys in here, I guarantee you, they all are mad and think they're innocent. They're all in there thinking that you know, how in the hell did I get in here? How in the heck did I get in this kind of trouble? How in the heck did I get in this kind of trouble?
When we were in court for this case, the state announced that it was dismissed through a decline to prosecute. And so I'm a little confused why this case is back on the calendar.
I didn't see a dismissal on this one.
Listen to what they say about dismissals. Dismissals are like, you know, people think it's the end, and it ain't. Listen close.
Your Honor, I can speak to that. As to 23 CP 215407 at our last hearing, the state did move to null or to decline that particular case. We will just revive that case in an indictment.
We will just revive that case in an indictment. That shit never go away, as they would put it back in the South. You notice how I just left off the V. Never go away. See, this is what happens. If it happened, it can be revived. A lot of people like to brag, oh yeah, oh, the case was dropped. And all of a sudden they're like, oh, the case was reinitiated. Yep. What a dismissal or a dropping in a case means is like, it releases the courts from doing any processing on the case. And unless the case has been stated to be, what do they call it? I don't know, dropped with prejudice or you know, whatever they call, I forgot the prejudice thing. It's prejudice, something with prejudice where they mean you can't bring the shit back. It's still game. It's still in the game. There's several reasons why courts do this, or why people or why lawyers do this, or why this happens in court. It's because they want to beef up the case. That happens a lot. They want to hire a new attorney. They want to hire more attorneys. They want to modify or alter things in there, and they need to get information. And that information may be longer than, let's say, the court wants to be obligated on functioning on it. So Ernesto thought he was out of the woods because he thought, you know, oh yeah, they charged you jack. They charged you draft. In reality, that shit comes back. Welcome, nature-born woman in the house. It's a shame. There's a reason why they bailed up. There's a reason why they loaded up the bail on Nesto. They don't want that dude anywhere near society because they have enough information knowing that he did some stuff. The court is a very complicated system.
Okay. So was because I didn't see the dismissal filed yet.
I did not file one, Your Honor. Should I send you a?
Oh, okay. No, as long as you file, because I looked at it today and I didn't see the indictment. That's why. Okay, so all right, they'll dismiss it now, sir. Just so you know, they can also, if she says they're going to revive it in an indictment, they can indict your case and then rearrest you on a grand jury warrant. Just so you know, okay.
Oh, it brings a new it brings a new meaning to cases dropped. because they're not. I mean, it is, but again, it's just releasing the courts of obligation to move forward. They'll let you bring it back. If you got a good reason, they'll let you bring it back. Uh-oh.
And I don't know about the case in front of Judge Edwards and the other indicted cases, if you've got bonds or what's happened with those.
Time is on their side. Yes, it is. Time is on their side. Nesto. This is the thing you have to remember. Nesto could have been bailed out. Why do you think he hasn't been bailed out yet? The numbers changed, but the game is still the same. Nobody wants Nesto out. If they wanted Nesto out, he'd be out. He would be out. He wouldn't be in orange. He wouldn't be a tangerine dream. Mystic Moon towards no more copies. Time is on my side. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Nesto is doing time. Yes, he is.
All right, best of luck.
Judge, for the consent bond, will Ms. Rhonda be preparing those consent bonds and submitting those to the court? And then,
Ms. Robinson, you read my mind. I was about to say I can prepare them and submit them this evening.
okay, and then for the case, I know she said the dismissal order for position 4, is Ms. Winfrey gonna submit a dismissal order for that one? Just so we have something, otherwise the case is just gonna stay open.
Then this case is just gonna stay open. They played with him. They are playing in Nesto's face legally. You know, this is kind of like, you gotta admit, this is pretty funny. Natural Kish in the house. Time is on the court side. Nesto.
If Your Honor would prefer that I send something, I will do that.
Okay, let's see. What is? Yeah, or will it be something you need me to sign?
And notice how it's just so, it's the court proceedings, they're fascinating because they're just so business about it. It's like, yeah, we're going to re-indict, which means I literally re-indict that in a situation where they could be like giving him 20 years, but it don't mean nothing because it's just business as usual.
I don't think those get signed by me, do they?
No.
First appearance if they know process, but okay. Well, if it's something you need me to sign, if you just want to email it to me. All right, sir. Like I said, if they do an indictment, they can do a direct indictment and issue a grand jury warrant. They can rearrest you on that. I don't know the status of your other cases because you have some indicted. I know there's one that's in front of Judge Williams, so this won't have any effect on any of those. Best of luck to you, sir. You can leave the booth.
Best of luck.
Your Honor, that concludes my business. May I be excused?
Yes, sir. Oh, yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thanks, Judge.
All right.
Wow, that was brought to you by Phone Jones. Man, I mean, and you've heard Nesto talk all that smack. That didn't sound too good. That didn't sound good at all. Guess what? Hey, let me pause this. Let me keep going because I want to get to the good stuff. Now, Nesto did want to get a divorce. He wants to get a divorce from Shirley, which only because Shirley made it clear she didn't want him. It had nothing to do with, like, the thing is this, if Shirley wanted him back, she could have had him back. She doesn't want him back. But we're going to save that for later. I want to make sure we get to the meat. Well, let's get to it. Let's get to the good stuff. Here we go.
Who was in charge of Chief being sentenced, because we all know the devil is a lie.
Exactly.
We all know that Satan is a deceiver.
Exactly.
And with nothing in that court,
No
no
God.
kind of truth
There was no truth.
was.
So all them facts, because that's what courts are about. Usually. Facts or exposing lies. That's what I love about courts. That's what I love about courts is they allow you to expose lies. They do. So, it's ironic that these ladies who support a liar, okay, wait, maybe they don't. Let's just play it and see. Let's see. Oh, no, yeah. The wives are. The thing is this. Indiana mom, welcome. The thing is this is like, what level are these pick-me's or what? Please in the chat, put what you think you would rate these cult women as. And if it's like, if you want to put like, well, they're just brainwashed and lost, that's good too. I have never heard of a cult being a good thing. I've never thought about a cult, regardless of race or gender or anything, being good. I just haven't seen one yet. Here we go.
Stated in that courtroom. Anytime the truth try to come out, objection, no, irrelevance. We couldn't play not one video when y'all seen his innocence was proven in every video.
I just want to say,
Just direct it to me, please, not to.
I'll direct it to you. I'll direct it to you. Are you happy? Are you happy?
What in the? He's trying to brainwash. He's trying to cult wash a judge. Okay.
Any questions of yours, Mr.?
I forgive you. I forgive you, and I still love you. I forgive you, and I still love you.
He is still running. He is trying. It's really what he's trying to do is loosen up the couple of those hundreds of years things.
I got nothing in my heart. I'm not mad at you. I'm not upset with you. I forgive
That's
you.
not the problem. The problem is you did some heinous shit, bro.
I want you to know I still love you and forgive you. And kiss my baby girl and let her know I love her. And I love y'all. I would never, I don't have no, I promise you, you know how I am. In my heart, you know how I am. I still love you. I still.
What do y'all think he's trying to do? Is he trying to manipulate a judge? This is crazy. Here we go.
Fuck with you. I still love you.
All right,
I still.
I got
And
that.
no hate.
Okay,
No hate.
is there anything
My
else?
heart light as a feather. I promise you I love you when I'm still here. I ain't missed one lick. I see what y'all doing, and I want you to know I forgive you.
No, VM, oh Lord.
Y'all in the end.
All right, thank you.
I love you. I love you.
All right.
Has an inability to see his own shortcomings, which means he would never change, which means he should never
Shortcomings. Oh, well, I guess that's one way you could put it.
be in the vicinity of a normal functioning human being. I personally believe that all mistakes are forgivable if a person has the courage to admit that.
Welcome, Brina West. Look at him. He's got that orange on, just like Nesto has. Orange is the new whatever.
That they even made a mistake. And I will say, Judge, I've met some unique people in my life, but this is the very first time that I believe that I've ever met a psychopath in real time. And that's all I got to say.
Thank you.
Time ain't on his side. No, it ain't. And that's I guess that was a man responding to the judge, telling him about, nature boy or nature pimp. That's what he should have called himself.
That's all the state has by way of evidence. We do have argument at the appropriate time, but we would.
Mr. Snoopy says, that cop in the back waiting for him to move, wrong.
All right, and.
Am I allowed to speak at all?
Yeah, hold on 1 second.
Wait, let me turn it up a little bit. I know I should have, my bad. I should have turned it up a little bit before then. Okay.
Did you have any witnesses that wanted to speak, Mr. Booker?
My witnesses have been banned from the courthouse, so no,
Hey, I can't hear it.
Okay, they're the ones who acted out, okay.
I don't know that they acted out, but they're not in the courthouse.
Well, I would instruct the deputies for all of those witnesses who acted out.
Oh,
in the
shit.
garden And the folks that acted out in the gallery were, once they did that, they were no longer welcome in the courtroom.
There are some people who were banned who didn't act out.
Okay, well, I'll be happy to hear from them if.
Well,
I'll let-
they're not here, so we'll just.
Natural born woman says, sis, your man has your smelling so you get kicked off the plane. You need to wake up.
He wants to see the witness.
That's Mr. Townsend. He's sorry. his
Oh,
name is-
sorry, it says solar ray on the.
Yes, Your Honor, and I did not realize. I'm sorry.
That's okay. All right, you can go ahead and unmute, please. Raise your right hand and we'll swear you in.
Sir, do you swear or affirm the evidence you give to the court today will be the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, you can put your hand down and introduce yourself, please.
My name is Courtney Townsend. And yes, I have been on a journey with everyone who spoke. And I have been very close to Mr. Bishop during this entire journey. And thank everybody for sharing what you shared.
All right, what's up with the YouTube fam? I'm back again with another video. So listen, before I jump into the video, let me start this off with some positivity.
Let me pause it right there. So basically that's what's going on with, nature pimp. Let's face it. Cults are run by pimps. They're run by pimps. If he was truly, really about what he said he's about, it could have been a really great thing, but he's not. I mean, just like, what's his name? Shoot, where did I put him? It's kind of sad. I forgot where I put it. Anyway, it's like that's the thing is men that are in positions where they could have done really good for some situation, they always pick their own peen. It's amazing. It's amazing and sad. They always choose bad and greed over doing the right thing. I mean, just think about it. All the manosphere, and I'm not going to say them much because it's a manosphere, but the leaders could have done, the leaders instead of doing shit like what, old roly-poly was doing, I call him that now. Instead of him harassing women, he could have been uplifting black men in a positive way, and he didn't do that. He didn't at all. He chose himself to bow down to a Caucasian queen who turned out not to even be down for black men. In fact, she was the opposite. She actually supported her, Pearlie did more. She showed me more support for bigotry than she did for anything else. but she knew black men. She knew black men were easy licks. Let's get back to the pimps, though. Here we go.
Something of
I'm
God?
sorry, these women are not pimps, but they are brainwashed.
Did God do that? Or the devil?
Satan.
Because we've all been watching this case. We've taken our time to make videos clear to show.
Yes, all of you guys have
They can hardly look into the screen properly. They know they're lying that bad.
watching from the
Very
beginning.
beginning.
We have been posting it, making sure that y'all are aware of everything.
Of the maliciousness.
Every step of the way. Every time
I wonder, she keeps looking to the right. I wonder if she's got a script or something.
did something, we pointed it out. Just so that it could be put on record.
Yeah.
Y'all been watching Carbonation Chief online
For years. Some of y'all for years.
and y'all have been looking into his life. You guys seen all these people.
Y'all seen True.
Sheba.
Y'all seen Sheba online every single day. Y'all know.
That's that manipulation where they try to make something that's not a fact seem like it's a fact, and shame you for not knowing it's a fact or when it's not a fact.
The hearts of these people. Y'all know these people very well. Y'all have developed and lived vicariously through us for years.
And what the crazy thing is that
I think the next one to wake up is her. For some reason, she's stuttering wrong and everything. I think she's going to wake up one day and say, one day, well, it's going to wear off in a little while. I don't think they should let cult leaders speak to people outside of prison unless it's their legal support, and that's it. Because they're too dangerous. They can destroy people with remote control. Mystic Moon, what the heck are these women talking about? It doesn't even matter. What's exactly, Mystic Moon.
when these people was with us, y'all used to hate on them on a regular basis. Now all of a sudden that they doing something that is not right,
Exactly.
y'all are supporting that.
And that's where we came to that question. Who was in charge of Chief being sentenced? Because we all know the devil is a lie.
Exactly.
We all know that Satan is a deceiver.
Exactly.
And with nothing in that court,
No
no
God.
kind of truth
There was no truth.
was stated in that courtroom. Anytime the truth tried to come out, objection, no, irrelevance. We couldn't play not one video when y'all seen his innocence was proven in every video that we made and put together.
It's
all over our
the
page.
I mean, and remember now, this guy had a long list of charges as well. I mean, it's not like it's one charge and, oh, you get to leave. No. In fact, let me check that out. Nature Boy charges in court. Let's see what that is. Wow. Okay. I'm looking for his charges now. Okay, let me put this up on the screen real quick. Okay. So the R word gets on here real quick. Okay. So found guilty on all counts. I mean, all freaking counts. That's quite honestly in law, that's really something. Either he had some snipers for prosecutors, or he did a lot of stuff that was obvious. Usually something drops off. Wow. Okay, so these aren't the cases. So let me go back to their brainwashing.
It's all over YouTube. It's all over Instagram. Go to natureboytv.com. You see it on the website.
Now they pimping for them.
And it's like, even when I was up there, we trying to get videos played for our defense. You got to think about it. This is bigger than Nature Boy. Y'all just
No, it's not. It's not. It really isn't. He was just another common criminal that was very charismatic and really knew how to brainwash y'all. And y'all are still have a spell on you.
He just watched how corrupt this system is.
He is. Is he part of the system? Because he's the one who's corrupt. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, the thing is this. Even if he got off, the thing, you know something's bad when if somebody gets off of one charge, they're still going to prison for 100 years. That's how bad it is.
What y'all seen yesterday was a lynching.
A modern day.
Now you're trying to play on our heartstrings. Now you're trying to play on our heartstrings. This is basically what I'm doing is I'm really interacting with Nature Boy right now. These women are just basically remote controlled by him and stating facts that he's already said. I mean, unfortunately, they're not facts. That's the problem. Stating statements that he would say. Let's put it that way. Here we go.
Modern day.
That was a lynching right in front of the world.
That was a lynching in front of the world.
And we have a lot of people who is supporting that.
I don't even think they believe it because they're not selling me on it. They're not even selling me on the argument. That's the weird part. Let me keep it going.
And I don't understand why. Y'all just seen what they did. Even though, despite all of the evidence, I never have seen somebody as hated as this more than Donald Trump.
What? Is she trying to use Trump as she is trying to use a man who tried to get 5 black men zapped and would not rent apartments to black people. She's trying to hail him as some sort of martyr too. Wow.
Understand it. Even the way that the judge ended our, like, I was on the stand. Our lawyer was trying his best to play videos for our defense, even though y'all know we have a lot of stuff that defends him and that exonerates him from these charges. Yeah. And they're trying to play this, the detective's interview. They wouldn't.
Yes, she is. I agree, VM. She is reading something.
Why would they play Natiri interview with the detectives but not play Chief interview?
No, they played Chief interview.
Yeah, right.
They didn't play.
She had to correct her lies because I knew somebody would look back and say, hey, look, they played this well.
Why didn't they play Chief interview? But they did play Chief.
They played Chief interview. They didn't play
Natiri.
Her interview with the T. Because she is being persuaded and they know this. Yeah.
Notice how they're saying all this stuff. It probably end up being irrelevant anyway. Interview for what? Yeah, exactly. That's the funny thing is that these young ladies are comparing themselves to another person who who didn't get convicted, but he did get a judgment against him for grape. He sure did. Yep. So they're comparing, they by accident, and this happens a lot to people, they by accident literally help indict their own leader who they're trying to get free. That's funny to me.
Don't want this is something that they are trying to hide from the public to be known. This is something that they're trying to cover up. They don't want y'all to see it because this is something that exonerates him. If they played that video, it would exonerate him immediately. Because one, I don't understand how somebody can get a sentence like that when a girl said that they made love. That is a fake charge. That's bogus. Y'all.
No, that's not true. That's not true.
No, y'all, I have seen everything. Okay. Y'all know this girl.
Yeah.
Y'all done seen all the times that she was throwing her ass up in the air and how much she wanted to compete and be with us and be with him. And I don't think that it's fair that somebody could.
No, we haven't seen it. We haven't seen it. So what are you talking? See, that's the funny thing about pathological liars is they really expect what they say to be believed. And they really think they're getting this past you. They really are. They really think whatever lies they're telling, they're getting past you. The problem is the courts don't care about that shit.
Even have there's people that actually this happens to,
and they get lesser,
and they don't get charges like this. They don't end up with life sentences without the possibility of parole. But this is not the end.
Don't be a cult leader. That's the message you're sending. Don't be a cult leader. Don't manipulate groups.
Far from it. I'm gonna tell you right now, it's far from it. We're gonna have to appeal this decision. We're gonna appeal this because it's not right, and everybody has seen it. Everybody knows,
and you could see the intention not only of the detectives but of the judge. Judge Stacey Hodges at the end was like, "You're a master manipulator," and all. You don't even know him.
Even the judge caught on. I just said that a few minutes ago, and now you know. I haven't even seen this part yet.
You don't even know him. These people who are so close.
I hate to tell you this, but it's a judge's job to maybe not know you, but to weigh your actions and then make a judgment on them. Weigh the facts and then make a judgment on them. For all we know, she had a discussion, the judge had a discussion with a psychologist or several, or maybe even a room full of psychologists telling us what we have here. And they probably all said, this dude's a master manipulator. He's doing, this is what he's doing. This is what the same thing Jim Jones was doing, he's doing, blah, 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 blah. After a while, there's like, oh crap, you know something? We can't have him out there because we don't need society is bad enough without Jim Jones. Jim Jones is walking around, we don't care either. Let me keep it going.
To Chief, know his heart. The thing is, when you come into Chief life and you come into your natural environment, something happens called shadow work.
That's what it is.
They almost sound like a Dave Chappelle skit. It's almost to that point where it sounds like it's a Dave Chappelle skit. That to me. Here we go.
When you are cleansing yourself and you are getting more in tune with yourself, the years and years and years of generational curses start flying out.
It's not
and
pretty.
You put in a situation where you got to work on them. And because Chief just showed everybody who they are, They just don't want to take responsibility and say he's the bad guy. When they going up on that stand,
he's a bad guy. I mean, the thing is this: they're trying to make it sound like it was one incident that put him in, prison for 100 years, and then, unfortunately, that's all they. The reason why they're doing that is because that's the only defense they have. Is that maybe that one person? That's the only sliver of light they have to try to make, to make a lie out of and build it into something that they can try to brainwash others on.
Point
Even
a
in
finger
the
at
court,
him.
Look, even in the court, he showed everybody who they was.
He
showed
showed
the judge.
everybody,
He showed the
detectives.
prosecutor who she
Yep.
was. He showed
Yeah, he
all
sure did. That's why they gave him 100 years. Shout out to Carlos King. Let's keep it
of
going.
those people exactly who they was.
Devils.
Deceivers, liars. They said in the scripture, and I know you seen Sheba.
What did Chief do to Sheba? What did he do to y'all?
What did? Read his docket.
The fact that they sit up there and lie.
The fact that y'all been here the whole time, right? And he didn't even fuck with you.
But
like
he
that.
still let her come around.
He still let you come around
because you wanted to be with him.
Everybody know. Everybody.
I don't see. This is really cruel to me because luckily the young lady who was a victim, or I should say that the boatload of people who were victims, hopefully they're not watching this crap because this is actually abusive to a point. This is like they're trying to manipulate the victims or something. So I don't know, maybe they'll change their mind. I don't know.
I know that he didn't fuck with Sheba like that. But Sheba went up there and did the most. Like they was actually a kind of romantic relationship. I was like, damn, that's a bit much, right? He didn't do nothing to you.
Wow. But you want to know something? The sad part is, this is common. K Brown in the house, Rich in the house. This unfortunately, it's very freaking common. That's why it's like when a young lady is called a mammy, it's like you say, wow, that's really mean. But if a woman is supporting a criminal, and I mean, and in the criminal ways of supporting a criminal, what I mean is that they're supporting somebody who hurts other people and women, then that's pretty bad. I mean, they're literally, supporting, they want everybody else's rights to be washed away and his rights to be extended. But exactly that. New Diamond in that house.
He didn't do nothing to you.
That was a false lie.
Y'all must have been forgetting that we was here, and the way that we was treated up on that stand was not right. That's not how you do people. The judge was yelling at me. When it was our turn to speak, we was not treated the same. It was very biased. They treated me like shit. They did not let me get my story out or my story across without calling me a liar. How is my truth a lie? How is
I don't know. I mean, it's your truth, so they don't have to call your truth truth. They can just call it truth. Welcome, Bridget. Here we go.
I saw from my own eyes a lie. Now, what if Booker, our lawyer, would have called and said Natiri was a liar?
Oh my God.
How would that have worked out?
He would have looked like the bad guy.
But no, they could sit here and call me a liar when I'm speaking my truth and I'm speaking the truth of what happened. being shut down through all angles. But look, I'm gonna pull up John 4. John 4 says,
Now she's bringing out the book. Uh-oh.
let me go to it.
Here go one right here.
God is a spirit.
Mm-hmm. Jesus said,
Oh, okay. Oh, Jesus Christ. I can't. Let's go over this. This was a little bit new. Wait, let me pause that. No. The thing that gets me about Nature Boy is like, and no, I mean, there's nature boys. I should say nature boys, nature pimps. In fact, let's transition to nature pimps. It's just really another form of pimping when you think about it. It really just is. It's some guys swinging lies and doing quite well, by the way. I mean, he did the best he could. And the funny thing is that all he had to do is just is not take advantage of people. And he couldn't do that. Couldn't do it. Could not do it. Let's listen to one of his buddies. Here we go.
He had absolutely no remorse whatsoever. And that's probably the most shocking part of it.
Well, Captain Paul Birch of the Sheriff's Office talking about this guy, Damian Washam. He's accused of murdering his own mother with a ninja sword. That's according to deputies. This is exclusive video of Washam still in a hospital gown on his way to Metro.
Investigators say Washam also injured 2 other family members with that weapon. Our Shelby Myers is live outside Metro tonight with a rather bizarre story. And Shelby, you were the only reporter there to ask questions. So did Washam have anything to say?
No, he didn't, Lenise and Byron. Damian Washam was silent, still in his hospital gown on the way here to Metro tonight. Investigators tell me he's accused of some heinous crimes against his own family, and he doesn't seem to care. Tonight, exclusive video of Damian Washam being rolled into the Mobile County Sheriff's Office after a stint in the hospital. Investigators questioning him for about an hour before driving him next door to Metro. Damian, they say that you killed your mom and injured 2 family members with a sword. Did you do that? Do you have anything to say? Washam, uninterested in my questions, only letting out a little groan as he got into the patrol car.
Well, it seems like today's young men are getting less, are being born with less and less capability of empathy or having empathy. And that's very dangerous. I've seen these men make threats to their own family members, mothers. Is there something in the water? You wish it was, because then you could just, change the water. But it ain't the water. I've seen, women put their all into their young sons, and they just grow for some reason. It's weird. They did everything right, but then the kid turns out to be a monster anyway. And then later on, I would meet the father and I'd see why. Sometimes it's just in the genes. It's just, there's nothing you can do. The mom can be a saint. It's just in the genes.
This is his mugshot taken within the last couple of hours. Cuts and scrapes on his face. Investigators say he got those injuries after trying to run from deputies and getting tased. Washam is accused of using this ninja-style sword to brutally murder his mother, Helen Washam.
Oh, she was beautiful too. Man.
At their home on Mossap Road in 8 Mile Sunday.
There is no motive or no reason for something like this, especially someone to do the things that he did to his mother, the person who brought him into this world.
Captain Paul Birch with the sheriff's office says Washam also severely injured his uncle, who has cerebral palsy, and cut his brother on the wrist, leaving behind a gruesome crime scene. Is this one of the worst crimes you've ever seen?
It certainly, I would say, is in the top 5.
This is your family we're talking about here. Do you have anything to say? And even after talking to Washam, investigators say they still don't have a motive.
And there are.
I bet they do. Oh man, CJ Bra in the house. Natural born woman in the house. Mystic Moon in the house. Did I drop the link? I think I did. Forgot. Maybe I should. Okay, not yet. Okay, but this is the thing is like, I'm all for, young men building themselves to be better men and everything, but what do you do when it's just too late? Guess what I got?
Fox 13 News at 10 starts now with
more male-identified women.
breaking news.
Amsterdam I-24 in South Parkway. As he began to discuss the traffic citation that he was writing for this particular suspect, the suspect at some point began shooting at the initial officer on the scene. Suspect's name is Geronimo Key.
We begin tonight with breaking news. 5 people have now been arrested in the shooting of a Memphis police second lieutenant, including the shooter. Police say that person, the man's name, is Geronimo Key. He is now facing a laundry list of charges in this shooting, including attempted first-degree murder. Now, tonight, we are breaking down the charges, plus who some of the other suspects are. We also have an update on the lieutenant's condition. Let's get right to our team coverage of this shooting. Fox 13's Kayla Solomon will have a timeline of how all of this happened. But first, let's get to Fox 13's Jack Bilyeu. Jack joins us in our studio tonight. Jack, I know you got your hands on the police report detailing not only the charges that the shooter is facing, but his relationship to the other suspects.
Yeah, that's right, Darcy. Now, Geronimo Key himself is charged with attempted first-degree murder, evading arrest, using a firearm during a felony, and speeding. Those 4 other people are charged with accessory after the fact, to wit, attempted first-degree murder.
Okay, now some of these charges you'll hear kind of are weird, but let's listen.
New court documents are giving us a clearer picture of what happened and how 4 other people were involved.
So basically this guy, because he turned into, he had his little Bandit Aid drink, he basically got all these other people caught on charges as well. Now, don't get me wrong. I mean, you're responsible for yourself. But you would think that since, in the manosphere theory is that black men are leaders, that as a leader, he would not, at least if he did something wrong, he would not destroy other people's lives. But he did that anyway, including the officers. Here we go.
They allege Key was pulled over for going 81 in a 55.
That's not bad. I mean, that's not enough. I mean, that's not enough to pull out a gun. Here we go.
The officer he would not sign the citation and that the officer would have to kill him.
Now there's something wrong with him. There's something wrong with him now. Okay, he needed to be arrested for his own good. Let me tell you that right now.
That's when the officer allegedly busted out Key's window and Key opened fire, hitting him 4 times and driving away.
Wow. he must have had a vest on because there's no, that's just all bad right there. Here we go.
They say after that, Key called his mother, Tarazi Pennington, and told her what happened.
And ruined her life. Here we go.
After that, investigators...
She's cute, too. Is that braces? And her hair, I'm not going to judge nobody's hair because they ain't got none, but yeah, she's cute.
say detectives called Pennington, and she denied any knowledge of the shooting. After that,
she is her son, but he is her son. But quite honestly, if he was the king that all the manosphere men and women say, he would have took responsibility and just said, "Ma, don't lie to him." Really, all she needed to do was say, "I can't say anything right now," or whatever. But regardless, she's now in the mix.
investigators allege Key called his girlfriend Kennedy Williams.
Wait a minute. I thought all these women were not supporting black men. Now you see, fellas. Now you finally see why it's bad for a woman to blindly support a man. Okay, she blindly supported her man. He should have never have even involved them if he was, even after he did the crap he did. But he did it anyway. Destroyed 5 lives just like that.
Accused of ordering him an Uber to her house so he could ditch his car in South Memphis. Investigators say Key also called Zaire Key and Malik
that's dude. See, look at her. She's so cute. Dang it.
Oliver, who picked up
and she's going to get time in jail.
His mother and took her to Walgreens to buy medical supplies to treat an injury to his hand. The whole group was arrested.
Wait, to treat an injury to his hand is one thing. Concealing and evading is a different thing. So I mean, quite honestly, it's a shame. It's a shame, but this is how black women go to jail. This is probably one of the number one things that happen, supporting a black man who is a bandit. It's detrimental to your health, ladies. Let me keep it going.
At Williams' house.
And we've also learned the name of the officer who was shot, Second Lieutenant Bobby Johnson. MPD says he is now released from the hospital. Darcy?
That is Fox 13's Jack Bilyeu reporting live in studio tonight. Thank you so much, Jack. Our team coverage continues tonight with Fox 13's Kayla Solomon. She found out that the suspect is accused of shooting the officer and that his car, we learned, were miles apart. The officer and the suspect, they were miles apart in 2 different places, in fact.
According to Memphis police, Geronimo Key was found in North Memphis, but his car was found about a mile away from where that traffic stop and shooting happened. Minutes after interim police chief CJ Davis announced that he was in custody, we were rolling here at Regional 1 when Key was brought in for medical care. But that came after hours of a manhunt, and he was pulled over for speeding.
Suspect's name is Geronimo Key, approximately 22 years of age.
Let's go to court.
Mr. Key, you're charged with Class A felony of criminal attempt, first-degree murder, felony intentionally evading arrest in an automobile, employing a firearm with intent to commit a felony. Your bond is set at $175,000. Are you going to be able to make your bond?
All criminal cases are commercial. I'm not corporate fiction or artificial persons created in the 14th Amendment. Naturally as a man created by Yahweh, subject to natural law.
Okay.
Let the record show that.
I'm not sure what the record's showing, but okay. Are you able to make your $175,000 bond?
I don't need to hold me without my phone. Against my will. Ooh, they took my
Man. Why did somebody give him a shovel? Because he's digging himself deeper. The best thing to say to the judge right now, if you do not want to be in jail, is no.
So the county government took my will, hold words, assault and torture. They enforced my fingerprint and intake process.
Welcome, Shy Girl. Shy Girl in the house.
And I had the person that need to see.
What do you have?
I had a report right here. Show the county holding me against my will.
Right, I'm sure they are holding you against your will. I'm asking you if you're able to make your bond.
Criminal cases are from commercial. I am not the.
That sentence doesn't even make sense.
I am not.
All
It don't make sense to us either. This is what happens when you talk too much. I mean, they get to use everything he says. I mean, your point is to go there and get out if you can get out. I don't want him to get out, because anybody who could shoot an officer 5 times, you know, that I don't want him. I don't want him around me. I don't want him anywhere around me. I don't know about you, but I know about me. Here we go.
criminal cases are commercial?
I am not artificial.
You mean like a TV commercial?
Created in the 14th Amendment. I am naturally the man created by Yahweh, subject to natural law.
Right. And you're subject to the laws of the state of Tennessee as well.
I'm subject to the natural law. I am not subject to amnesty and maritime law.
Maritime law. Are we on a ship? Okay, I'm not aware of that. Are you able to hire an attorney?
All criminal cases are commercial. I am not corporate fiction or artificial person in created in the 14th Amendment. I'm naturally the man created by Yahweh, subject to natural law.
Are you incapable or unwilling to answer any of my questions? Ms. Masheri,
Yes, Your Honor.
you've done this favor for me in the past.
Yes, sir.
Sounds like Mr. Key does not want to be represented by anybody, and he's speaking nonsense. Can you fill out a mental evaluation form for me? Just as a favor. That's 2 weeks.
Yes, sir.
All right. We'll have a mental evaluation done. Have you come back on March 25th, since you don't want to answer any of my questions. They are holding you against your will. That is correct. You're charged.
Man, I've seen people mumble like this. It's maybe there's some kind of mumble virus or mumble disease out there. And unfortunately, it seems to be targeting a lot of young men. This is crazy to me.
Serious crime.
Well, the man charged with shooting a Memphis police officer has been ordered to undergo a mental evaluation. Police say Geronimo Key shot an officer near I-240 and South Parkway after they say he refused to sign a ticket. Now, Key faces 4 charges.
Susie Bear in the house. Susie, you okay? Let's see what's going down. New Diamond, okay. The funk interest. I just went to 7-Eleven. There are no black people in my area, so I was a Tyrone standing outside talking to him. There was a Tyrone outside talking to himself. I was so mad, wasn't going to risk it. I just left. Yeah, let me tell you something. When people are talking to themselves and like, you know, they're not like on a phone call or, you know, with an earbud or something like that, keep it moving. Don't take no chances. Don't take no chances. Mumbling to me is almost like a threat to me sometimes. I see things happen when somebody starts to mumble.
Charges, including attempted first-degree murder. The officer was released from Regional 1 over the weekend. 4 others also face charges in this incident. Now, while Key remains behind bars tonight, he was given a $175,000 bond, which upset the Memphis Police Association. They released a statement expressing disappointment with the low bond, saying it poses a continued threat to public safety.
I agree. That is a low bond. I mean, the thing is this, that's a low bond. That's a very low bond. I mean, that's what, 17K. Maybe the judge knows he's broke. Who knows? But if somebody's willing, I mean, he obviously meant to kill somebody. Or I should say delete. Welcome, Hazel. He really meant to hurt someone. Okay. So, no, he wanted to delete that officer. Let's face it. 5 shots. I mean, 1 shot's bad enough. 5, you're telling me you got some business to handle. So no. I think if somebody for attempted deletion should at least get, and there's like no justification whatsoever, they should get, I think really they should be in jail. But I don't know what it is, but I think we have to start looking closer at the bail for violent offenses. Let's put it that way, especially domestic violence, especially domestic stuff. Here we go.
And frustrates the officers who risk it all to serve and protect.
You think, I don't know, the young man in court did not give me the idea he felt any remorse for what he did. The judge should have raised it for that fact alone. No remorse? Oh, that's going to be let's double this crap. We really don't want him out there. If he has no remorse for what he's doing, and especially for domestic stuff, if the men show no more remorse, oh no, keep them behind bars. Because they're probably just going to get out and try to finish the job. That's how I feel about it. Let me drop the link just in case somebody wants to come up. Let me move on. Where is that at? Okay, let's go down here.
For the first time, members of a DEA task force are speaking about the investigation and capture of one of the most dangerous men Memphis has ever known. This man, a drug dealer with ties to Mexican cartels.
Mm-hmm. His name is Craig Pettis. A lot of you are going, oh, yeah. He's serving 9 life sentences in the federal pen for murder, conspiracy, drug trafficking, bunch of charges. Fox 13's Jeremy Pierre joining us live this morning, and you talked to the leader of the DEA task force who
Let me break something down to you. The community can't allow these kind of guys to go ham. This is going ham here. And I guarantee you the people he deleted probably looked like him. This monster was thriving. This monster was thriving, man. But for some reason, people tend to follow them. This is a cult right here. He had to have cult type of level of authority to be able to do what he did. Let's keep listening.
who finally apprehended this guy's, what would you say, after 13 years?
Yeah, a total of 13 years.
And it took 13 years to get him up.
But 8 years.
Let me tell you, you know how much damage he did? Oh my God, I bet he tore up whole neighborhoods.
For sure, fully concentrating on Craig Pettis and his operation. Now we're talking about a very dangerous man, Craig Pettis. Now this DEA task force leader went into detail as to how much Craig Pettis would pay to have someone killed, and goes into detail as to how taking Pettis off the streets interrupted an international drug trafficking operation.
Wow.
For those who don't know, many remember this man as the biggest drug lord in America at one time.
And he took that route that a lot of these guys do and became one of the biggest drug dealers connected to that cartel in Mexico.
His name is Craig Pettis. Former DEA agent Abe Collins says at one point in time, he was the biggest drug trafficker in America, based right here in Memphis.
2001 is when.
So I guess nobody wanted to snitch on him because there was people who could have. The damage he caused, man, oh man. I mean, not just in his area, all over the United States. This is a perfect example why our communities will always be, how should I put it, damaged.
I began the investigation on him, realizing how big, significant of a target he was in this area. From all the intel that we was getting, I initiated the investigation on it. And DEA, you initiate stuff. Nobody just assign you anything. It's up to you to take initiative on investigations. And sometimes that's what's missing in law enforcement.
Collins explained it took a lot of help investigating Pettis, both federal and local law enforcement, on a task force. Thurman Richardson of the Memphis Police Department joined that task force.
He said, we're going to go look for Craig Pettis. He
on
got
our free time.
On our free time in Vegas, because Craig had a house in Vegas.
Collins told me Craig Pettis first got on the radar of federal law enforcement as a teenager in 1995. It wasn't until the 2000s when the DEA really started looking into his dealings with drugs. By that time, Richardson says Pettis' connections became powerful.
Once he actually was a fugitive and he set up shop in Mexico, and he had a direct connect with Edgar Valdez Villarreal, which is AKA La Barbie, and El Chapo. Now he's not just feeding Memphis, he's feeding Dallas, he's feeding South Carolina, he's feeding Atlanta, he's feeding South Mississippi, he's feeding Alabama, he's feeding state.
You know how many families, man. Well, the cults keep going. I mean, let's face it. The drug trade is a cult as well. Yeah, you're right, Hazel. They keep our community downtrodden to the utmost. To the utmost. Damaged, downtrodden. I mean, really damaged, really downtrodden. It's terrible. It's horrible. Let's keep it going.
Collins details the capture of Pettis and the teamwork of the task force in a newly released book titled Gladiators.
Unbeknownst to us, even then, this guy was already in Mexico. I just didn't know it. So as you go through the book, you will see it was just at a certain point that we realized that he was no longer in the U.S. He was actually in Acapulco, Mexico City. He had places all throughout the country of Mexico, being protected by some of the corrupt officials there.
Pettis is currently serving 9 life sentences in federal prison for murder, conspiracy, and drug trafficking.
Wow. Well, folks, that's going to be it for tonight. I appreciate your time. I'm going to hit the beat, kick some shout outs. Here we go. In the house, New Diamond, Natural Born Woman, Bridget Mouton, Hazelbug, Indiana Mom.
In this moment,
Susie Bear,
I cannot say what's wrong or right.
Bridget Mouton,
It's not hard to fool
Mistress Newbie,
'cause I'm addicted to the good life.
Girl,
Yeah, lead the way.
Honey Bear,
I follow. No need to say. We'll be
DJ
ahead
Brock.
now, babe. I follow to the edge of it all.
Rich, Shy Girl,
To the edge of it all. So tell your good night. 'Cause I'll find a better one. Yeah. Susceptible now. Before the moment flies.
Tanya Sweat.
So tell your good night.
VM.
'Cause I'll find a better one.
K Brown.
Susceptible now. Before the
Natural
moment
Kish.
flies. It's not a problem.
VM.
'Cause I know what I'm getting into. Yes. Yeah.
RCD.
Nothing can stop me. 'Cause I'm addicted
Conscious
to
Mind
what you
Love.
and I realize.
Get down.
Lead the way. I follow. No need
We got
to
more coming
say
at you tomorrow.
where we are heading now, babe. I follow to the edge of it all. So tell your good night. 'Cause I'll find a better one.
Shout out to Eat Play Yoga.
Susceptible now.
Break it down, break it
Before
down.
the moment flies.
Oh yeah, we'll have the replay gang in full effect.
So tell your good night. 'Cause I'll find a better one.
All right, good night, everybody.
Susceptible now.
Break it down, break it down.
Before